Guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing. You can follow my personal social media at Adriana_sports.
All right, great. We're back. Thank you everyone for hanging in there. We are back. The main event of Saturday night's Showtime Championship Boxing. Two-time undefeated super middleweight champion David Benavidez will take on Ronald Ellis. Main event. I know he's excited. He's on weight, as if everyone saw on Instagram. Weighed in at 168 minutes before the fight. How are you feeling, David?
Feeling great. I've had a tremendous training camp. We're in Big Bear for 3 months, and I feel like this is the best training camp I've ever been in, I've ever had. And, this is uncharted territory for me too. I've never been in a fight where I come in, on weight 4 days before. So I'm expecting to feel, probably the best I've ever felt in my career. I didn't overlook Ronald Ellis. I know he's not really a big name like I wanted to get, but I give him the respect of being a professional boxer that I have to get ready for anybody in the sport. So I prepared for him like if he was a world champion. So I'm expecting to look exceptionally well on Saturday.
Yeah, and in doing many rounds of interviews together, David, you spoke highly of your first experience up in not first experience, but first full training camp up in Big Bear on the mountain. What's different about it? What was different about the preparation? Was it more road work, more sparring, or what was so transformational about it?
This wasn't my first training camp in Big Bear. Every time I go to Big Bear, it's always one of the best training camps I've had, just because what goes into there. It's so secluded up there. There's only basically the grocery store, the gym, and where we run at. And I think there was just more at stake at this point, because the last time I didn't make weight. So I had something to prove to myself and to my fans. And also what was a big key to this training camp too is I just had my son too. So having him around and, just being a father now, it just made me 10 times more motivated than I already was. So, I mean, it's just I'm not only fighting for myself no more, I'm fighting for my family, for my team, for my people, everybody who follows me and everybody who supports me.
Well, that's a great jumping off point there. Thank you, David. So we'll get to the questions. We have many of them. We'll first jump to Jay Sewell. You can. The floor is yours.
Hey, how you doing, David?
What's up, brother?
Man, great to see you back. David, I just want to ask you a quick question. I was taken back by some things that Canelo and both Charlo said. I just want to give you a chance to respond to those questions. You had Charlo saying that for him to fight, for you to fight him, you had to get vaccinated. And then Canelo said he didn't feel comfortable right now fighting other Mexican fighters. So I just wanted to ask your response to those comments made by both Charlo and Canelo.
I can't really say too much about what they have to say. What I have to do is just stay ready and be ready for anybody. If I'm willing to fight anybody and they're not, they're putting restrictions on people that they don't want to fight, man, if I'm not the best super middleweight, I'm the #1 contender in super middleweight right now. So the people, they're going to start demanding for these fights and to start calling for these fights. So if I'm ready to fight these dudes and I'm 24 years old and these dudes are 29, 30 years old, what does that say about them? If I say that, they don't want to fight me, and people say that, oh yeah, David Benavidez is just saying everybody's scared of him, which is that's not true. I'm ready to fight whoever, whenever. I could beat Canelo tomorrow, and I could beat Charlo tomorrow too. I'm ready for whoever. If they're not ready, man, that's something that's going on their side. But as speaking on my end, everything's good on my end, and I'm ready to fight them whenever.
Okay, thank you, David. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Jay. All right, we'll go to Gail Kilmartin next.
Hi, David.
Hello.
First of all, congrats on the birth of your baby boy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Your opponent, Ronald Ellis, what assets do you feel that he could have that could be a challenge for you?
The only challenge I probably see in Ronald Ellis is that he moves a lot. He's more of a boxer. But honestly, I'm prepared for anything. I prepared for boxers. I prepared for brawlers. I've been sparring 15-round sparring sessions with 3 different types of styles in sparring. So any style that presents itself, I'm gonna be comfortable with. I don't really see too much in him. I don't see that he's fast. I don't see that he's strong. And he's coming up. I think he's coming up from 160. So, I mean, he's never been in there with somebody, you know, at the level of fighter I am. You know, 23-0 with 20 knockouts, two-time world champion. So I feel like I'm gonna be too much for him. But you know, hopefully I'm not. Hopefully he gives a great fight. You know, because I want a great fight. I don't want an easy fight. You know, I'm tired of having easy fights. I want great fights, and I want, you know, to give the fans what they want to see, and that's what they want to see, a great fight, and hopefully that's what it is.
Okay. And I know you'll be focused on your fight with Ellis just now. But just following up on what one of the other guys asked, is there a possibility of a showdown with you and Charlo if he can come up to 168 possibly this year?
Yeah. So that's the fight that I want to get made happen in September. Charlo has a lot to say about me. You know, I have a lot to say about him. But at the end of the day, we're both men. We're both probably one of the best, you know, fighters in PBC and Showtime. So why not make it happen? I think it makes sense for both on my end and on Charlo's end. He doesn't really have anybody else to fight at 160. So I feel like that's a fight that should be fairly easy to make. So hopefully we could get it made in September.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck at the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Gail. And we'll jump to Jeremy Hergis of Fansided.
Hi, David. It's nice talking to you again. Kind of talking about that, I know talking about Ronald in this fight and some of the possibilities going forward, is there a sense of frustration that you're not getting some of those bigger names that you're mentioning?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, but I feel like everything is working out on my end because I got time on my side. You know, I just turned 24 years old. So, I mean, I think the time is running out for these other fighters. I'm the youngest, you know, ex-champion in this game in super middleweight division. So, I mean, the time is on my side. I have at least 12 years left in this game in the professional. So, I mean, if they take a fight with me now, later, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to just be ready for whenever the opportunity comes. I feel like, you know, they could avoid me for so long, but they can't avoid me forever because, like I said, these fights are in demand. I feel like a lot of people want to see me fight because the fighting style I bring. You know, I'm a pressure fighter. I give great fights. I love giving knockouts. I love giving stoppages. So, I mean, my fight with anybody will ring bells. You know, and that's a fight that's in demand. So, I mean, I feel like if they don't fight me, then that's just going to say a lot about them. But, you know, I feel like I'm in a great position either way.
Getting on the scale, showing that you're already 168 days before the fight, was that a matter of, okay, I've done the bubble experience, I know what's not there, I'm going to lose a few extra pounds just in case?
Yeah, exactly. And it worked out good, man. I'm glad I made this decision. But also, too, what I had going for me is I was very disciplined on the diet. It's not that I was starving myself the whole time. I was just eating very good, you know, fish, egg whites, salad, you know, a lot of water. So, I mean, everything, I didn't drain myself at all. Everything, I probably overate in a lot of cases. But I just wanted to get here and lower weight. And that's exactly what we did. And now it's paying off. I've never been this relaxed for a fight. I haven't even trained this whole time since I've been here. So, and I'm still underweight. So, I mean, it feels really good to relax and just worry about the fight and not the weight.
It seems like obviously your nutrition is you've stepped it up to a different game for this fight, and you found something that's working for you. Do you think that might extend your longevity within this division? Yes, definitely. And I think the key and the sweet spot that I found for myself is in Big Bear, California. So I'm going to definitely be going there every training camp I have. I think where the place it just takes me mentally and physically is just amazing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I feel like I deserve to give my fans 110% of me every time I go in the fight and in training camp too. So that's the decision I made with me, myself, my team, my dad, and that's exactly what we're planning on doing. And yeah, I think it's definitely going to help me be in this weight division for way longer. Thank you, David, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. We'll go to Hans Themistode next.
Hey, David, how you doing, man?
Doing good, brother. And yourself?
Can't complain, brother. Can't complain. So yeah, I remember I seen on an earlier interview that you were saying that this is the title eliminator, and it still is. And Darrell was also on the title eliminator. Did you kind of get any clarity? Because it's kind of confusing because, you know, the winners were supposed to meet up, but he didn't. Well, it was a draw. So do you kind of know what kind of happens now?
So I mean, that's the question I had to ask my promoters and everybody too, because I really don't know. I already thought I was on a and if everything goes well on Saturday, I thought I was already going to meet up against Darrell for a rematch, which I had no problem of. People thought it was a good fight, so I'm more than willing to give them the rematch. But since both of them they got a draw on that fight, I really don't know what's going to happen. But, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm ready for whoever. If they want me to fight one of them, Davis or Darrell, it doesn't matter. I'm just, like I said, I lost the title on from the scale, and I can't complain. Whoever they want me to fight, whoever they put in front of me, that's who I'm going to beat. It doesn't matter. I have no problem fighting anybody.
Gotcha. Now obviously we always know you want to go for the knockout. You never really want to see the judges. You were training in Big Bear. I believe you said that this was your first time training there since fighting Porky, and we've
Yes.
seen how that fight ended up going. Would a part of you be, I guess, a little disappointed if you didn't knock Ellis out? But if you won like every round, would you still be kind of disappointed?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'll probably be disappointed, but if I win just like that, a win is a win in boxing, and I've given a lot of knockouts, but it's up to myself, and I feel like I'm the superior fighter. I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm younger, so I feel like there shouldn't be a problem. I was hurting all my sparring partners in training camp, so I mean I don't see why I shouldn't get a knockout, but I'm not gonna go in there and try to overwhelm myself. I'm gonna start like I always start with the jab, find the distance, cut the distance, go to the body, and it's worked for all the other fighters. So why wouldn't it work with Ronald Ellis? You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm just ready to get in there, perform. I mean, I'm not even drained at all trying to make the weight. I'm happy. I mean, I'm enjoying every second of being in the bubble. Unlike last time, I was struggling to make the weight. So I mean, I'm in good spirits. I just can't wait to get in there on Saturday.
Gotcha. And just my last thing for you, man. Obviously there's Canelo, there's Caleb Plant, but Charlo. I know you and Charlo have been talking a lot lately. I guess would you say that he's the guy that you really want more than even Caleb Plant? You and Caleb Plant been beefing for years, man. But I guess Charlo's that guy you really want now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that because Caleb Plant now he's saying that I'm a waste of time. He doesn't want to fight with me. Doesn't interest him. Obviously, because he's waiting for Canelo. But Charlo, I feel like me and Charlo are in the same type of position. We both need a signature win to get to Canelo. So it makes sense on both ends. And Charlo, I mean, this is the type of position I want to be in too. I mean, I've been watching Charlo since I was 14 years old, 13 years old. So this is where I want to be in my life, in my career, fighting the guys I seen when I was younger. So, and I feel like that's more of an appealing fight for fans than me versus Caleb Plant. Charlo has a high knockout ratio. I have a high knockout ratio too. So, when you get fights like that, these are the type of fights that people say styles make fights, and this is going to be a war. So, I mean, I have no problem fighting him. I'll fight anybody in this division, especially when it's, it seems like a great fight. It's a guaranteed war, guaranteed knockout. So why not? Let's do it.
Real quick, tougher fight. Charlo, Plant, or Canelo? Just real quick. Thank you.
Well, the toughest fight, it has to be Canelo, definitely, because he's the pinnacle of the sport. He's the best pound for pound of the sport. Okay, so you definitely have to say it.
Charlo or Plant?
What did you say?
I was saying, okay, so Charlo or Plant, which one is tougher between those two?
Oh, which one is tougher? Maybe Charlo. I don't really think too much of Plant. I mean, you guys do, but I don't. I don't think Plant is anything.
Gotcha. Thank you, man. I really appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll go to Cameron Buford next.
Hey, what's good, David?
What's up, bro?
Hey, not a whole lot, man. I want to ask you first, giving back to the city of Phoenix. Kind of what's your why behind that, and kind of what got that situation started off?
Well, it's just because I feel like athletics is really important in Phoenix, Arizona. Sometimes, just for me, knowing that I dropped out of school too, I'm not recommending anybody to do it, but sometimes that's the route some other, teenagers or kids go towards because they feel like athletics is the only way out. And so if I could help them in, sponsoring something for their athletics, I feel like I'm in the position now to give back to my community and my people from Phoenix, Arizona. So that's definitely the route we wanted to go to. And I feel like, just knowing Phoenix, Arizona, knowing how tough the streets are and how you could get involved in things in the streets, so giving them something else to do, an alternative besides school and besides the streets is athletics. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to continuing to doing that in the future. And hopefully we could, when the years comes, we could sponsor with more money and bring more things to athletics of the Boys and Girls Club in Phoenix, Arizona.
It sounds good, man. Kudos to you for reaching back.
Thank you.
How do you think losing the belt a couple of times now changed the way that the boxing world views you? That's boxing fans, your fellow boxers, and then promoters.
Yeah, it's 2 times, not a couple times, but yeah. I mean, I don't really care what everybody thinks about me, to be honest with you. All I care about is how I work, in the rankings. If I'm still looking good, I'm stopping people. That's the only thing I feel like people care about now is if I look good in my performances, and I've never looked bad in my performances. And, things happen. Things happen. It's just how you come back from your mistakes and how you rebound. And, I feel like I've put all the work in for this camp, and I rebound, amazingly. Now it's just time to perform on Saturday and show the fans what I'm really made of.
That's fair. Appreciate the honesty there. And then lastly, how does the business of boxing impact you and the fights that fans actually want to see?
What do you mean how the business of boxing impacts me?
So does that change your mindset? Does that impact? Do you get frustrated? Because I heard you mention in a previous interview that the way Caleb Plant is moving is because
you're asking
he's just looking at it for the business.
Oh, okay. So you're asking if these other people they're not willing to fight me. How does that affect me? Well, I mean, if they're waiting for the mother fights, man, it don't really make it. Like I said, time is on my side. If they don't take a fight with me now, okay, after Canelo beats Caleb Plant, after he beats Billy Joe Sanders, or whatever happens there, who else is there left for them to fight? I feel like the people are going to demand these fights anyways. There's only 2 other fighters besides me, and he wants to fight both of them this year. Canelo said he's going to, he's not going to retire until 4 years. So who does he have left for him to fight? I feel like I'm one of the names that, would be a crowd pleasing fight, with me and Canelo. I feel like the crowd want that type of fight. So, I mean, like I said, time is on my side. I just turned 24 years old. I have at least 10 more years in this game. So if they fight me now, later, it doesn't really matter. But for me, I mean, I just want to stay busy. Whatever fight they want to give me, I'm going to be ready for whoever.
All right, man. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Cam. We'll go to Andres Gomez.
Good afternoon, champ. How you doing?
Doing good, brother. And yourself?
I'm great, man. So, champ, I'm really curious, man. Well, first of all, congratulations on becoming a proud father. Now, how has fatherhood affected your life as a champion, as a fighter, regarding your routine, your focus, and your hunger?
It's made me more hungry and more motivated. I look at life different now that I have that I have a son to look after. And, just because, at the end of the day, when he gets older, he's going to be able to look up my every move and everything I did in boxing and in life. So I just had to be a good role model for him. But it's made me 10 times more hungrier, man. I'm just excited and ready for the future. And, when I get up there, when my little man turns 5, 6 years old, I want to be his Superman. And I want him to see that I was the best boxer of my generation. And, I just want to make him proud.
Right, because you mentioned this was the longest camp, and I'm sure it's away from your family. So how does that affect you?
I mean, this is boxing, man. This is the sacrifice you have to make. Julio Cesar Chavez, Roy Jones Jr., they all left, for camps. I mean, but this is how it has to go sometimes. This is the best I've ever felt, but that's a little sacrifice I had to pay. Like the Muhammad Ali said, sacrifice a little bit and live forever as a champion. I mean, in that, I really live by those words. And I mean, if it benefits me, it benefits my son, it benefits my family, my girlfriend, my father, my mother. We all win at the end of the day. So, I mean, 3 months to live, 3 months I give out of my life to so I make sure my family lives comfortable. You know, I'm willing to do that for sure.
Right. I respect that, champ. Much respect, and I thank you for your time. Wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate all the questions. I'm sorry we can't get to them all, but just being mindful of David's time in camp or in Mohegan Sun. Weigh-in is 24 hours away. We appreciate all the time, David. Showtime Championship Boxing, 9 p.m. Saturday night. This is the 12-round WBC super middleweight title eliminator against Ronald Ellis. We appreciate all your time, David. Thank you. Good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.